Hey guys, it is Christine. Welcome here to another video on my channel. I am a homeschooling mama of 3 if you're new and you don't know me. I live in New Zealand and I am a second generation homeschooler. So homeschooling is something that I love and is something I've been doing for a very long time in one capacity or another. So if you're interested in seeing more from me, go ahead and subscribe. Today I'm going to be chatting to you about a topic that has been brought up over and over and over to me on my Instagram account and here on YouTube, and that is how do I manage my home and homeschool as well. So let's get started. Alrighty, so let's just start this out by saying that I never feel like I am overly competent at being a good housekeeper or keeper of the home. I feel like I am always lacking in some area or another, but I do have certain systems that really do help me to keep on top of our home. And so I'm more than happy to share about those, but you also just need to remember that when you see people's Instagrams and YouTube, that you're not seeing the 360 of their world. You're seeing about like this much of it, and it's very easy to kick all the dirt and the rubbish and the mess out of this much of a space. You know, it's a lot harder to clean it up when you're seeing the whole lot of it. So just please bear that in mind and never ever compare yourself to people on the internet. Just don't, because I can guarantee you that even if they're trying to be transparent, because I know that I try and always be transparent and real with you, there's still stuff in my life that you do not see. You do not see the mess that my house gets in every day. You don't see all sorts of areas that I feel like I'm failing in. So I'm not like putting myself down, because none of us can keep up with all of it. So I just am saying that so that you don't feel inferior or like you're seriously lacking, because you're not, okay? And we all have areas that we have strengths in, and we have areas where we struggle, and that's me included. Like my area that I really struggle with is cooking. I just don't really enjoy it. And I get really annoyed when my family doesn't like what I cook, namely my children, because I already don't want to cook. And so when they don't appreciate it, it makes me so much less motivated to cook. So that's my thing. But there are some ways in which I found to balance homeschooling with keeping the home, because I was raised by a nurse who was raised by a nurse. And sometimes when you're like in that career, and I was trained as a nurse as well, you're trained to keep things clean. Like you just are. And I just feel like it's just there in your mind. And I really struggle. I can have a little bit of a messy home, but having a dirty home to me is like, blah, I really struggle with that. So here are some things that I do, and I did touch on this a little bit in my Q&A video, which I can link for you here, because I don't know if I'll like cross over what I said there. But some ways that I try and maintain a home with small kids, and all of the things, because people ask, do I meal plan, do I this, do I that? Okay, so let's try and break it down, because I feel like there's a lot. So first of all, with maintaining a clean home, because I feel like there's a difference between maintaining and like trying to get a clean home. So I like to try and focus more on maintaining my home rather than constantly feeling like I have to be cleaning it all the time. I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically, my kids are all of an age now, pretty much, except for Charlotte. She's 2. She's a little bit young. But my other 2 can definitely help with household chores and cleaning up after themselves. This is hard, but I believe that working hard on it now will pay off in the future, because right now, teaching them to clean up after themselves takes a lot of my time. But I believe that teaching them these habits while they're young will definitely help as they get older. So they do things like clean their own rooms. They have chores that they do every week to help. Like Annie dusts the hallway baseboards, and Jack dusts the piano. Like little things like that they can do, and it's a blessing for them, and it's a blessing for me. It really helps. So they all have a little amount of chores. So I recommend that you get your kids on board with doing chores. They live in the house. They have an equal responsibility to maintain that house. And I just think it's a good lesson to teach our kids to take care of the things that God has given them. So there's that. We also do our chores in the morning for the most part because I am more of a morning person. By the time the afternoon comes around, I'm tired, I'm fizzled out. I don't want to do any of the things. And I've just come out of the baby years where I almost always had like a witching hour baby. So I'm very used to like getting my stuff done in the morning. So we try and get our chores all done before school. So that's like beds made, rooms tidied, washing on, I don't always meal prep in the morning, but sometimes I'll put something in the slow cooker. I try and get that done. Just a general tidy up of the kitchen and the living area. I try and vacuum everything down so it's all clean when we sit down to do school. Because for sure, the rest of the day, the toddler will destroy the house while we're schooling. It's kind of just what happens. And my kids play and I want them to play. So I like starting with a fresh slate and then they play and then we clean up and then it's the start of another day. So that is how I try and maintain with like chores and things like that. As far as meal planning, yes, I have been meal planning basically since we got married. And when I got married, it was out of like a budgeting necessity. I mean, we were on one income. Now we're not really on one income anymore because I blog and YouTube and stuff like that. But we try and live mainly on my husband's income and everything is a bonus to that. And so at the beginning it was out of like budgeting necessity and now it is definitely a mental load thing. So I used to do it monthly. Now I do it bi-weekly. And so I kind of have the same sort of dinners that I do and I just write them out for 2 weeks and then I base my shopping list off of that. And I do online shopping because it is so much easier because all my list is saved on there and it literally takes me like 10 minutes to place an order for 2 weeks worth of groceries. So I love doing it like that. I do actually have a meal planning system that I created some time ago, which I will link for you down in the description below. It's not very expensive. I think it's like, no, I don't even want to say the price because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's not overly expensive. So I'll list it down for you. There's like editable spreadsheets and like videos to help you through the process. So I'll have it all linked down there for you so you can check that out. But yes, I have definitely always done meal planning. Now, I don't do meal planning for breakfast and lunch though. That's easy stuff for us anyway. It's usually like sandwiches and cereal or porridge or toast or whatever for breakfast. So yeah, I don't overthink that kind of stuff. So as far as that goes, that's meal planning. And then as far as like cleaning my home, decluttering my home, I do those during the times when we have a break from school. So I might do it over the summertime. I might do it during our week break where I like tackle one room and just get it really clean and tidy and nice. The other thing I do is every Friday is our day off of school. And so I clean our bathroom on Friday and do a more of like a home tidy up. Like I might wash sheets and clean towels and stuff like that. So I love having a 4-day school week because we can do all those cleaning things and the not so fun stuff on the Friday, and then we've still got a clear weekend to just do fun family things, and I'm not feeling like I'm behind on house stuff. So I really like that. So if you can do a 4-day school week, I recommend it because it really has been great for us. And then, yeah, purging. So we live in quite a small home in comparison to not in New Zealand. This is pretty standard size in New Zealand, but a lot of the other world, and I know certainly in America, people are like, whoa, you live in a small house. Our house is just over 1,000 square feet. And so it's 3 bedrooms and we've got 3 kids. The girls share a room and Jack has his own. And our living area is pretty tight. So it's not a big house, but it is a lovely home. It's got beautiful lighting. It's got a decent amount of storage. We've built quite a bit of storage into it. And it's got a wonderful fully fenced yard. And so it's been working for us for a while. We hope not to be here forever. I would love an ensuite one day and maybe a second living area would be really nice. But, you know, God knows our dreams, and I just want to be content and a good steward of what He has given us for right now. But one thing with living in such a small home and not having an excessive amount of storage is just that I am constantly purging, like constantly purging, because there's not enough room. My kids don't, like, I need to go through my kids' toys again. They've got like a toy box full of toys in the bath at the moment, and it's driving me nuts. But I constantly purge toys. And I think that is just helpful for your homeschool as well, because if you're not crowded by stuff, everyone can think a lot more clearly. So get rid of your stuff, guys. Seriously, I'm not a minimalist by any means. Like, I haven't even really researched minimalism, but I do know that my mind is so much clearer when I have a clean home, and not just clean, but when it's messy, that I have a place for everything to go, and that it makes it so much easier to pick up and have a clean house when you have a space for everything. So even like clothes, we don't have a ton of clothes. My kids have a lot of play clothes that just get trashed, and they've just got like their Sunday best stuff that's hung up in their closet so they can't get to it during the week. I try and keep things really minimal. So I don't know if this is helpful to you or not. I don't have like step-by-step routines and this is what I do. I have a general idea of things that need to get done every week. Like on a Friday, clean the bathroom, wash the towels, change the sheets, and what was the other one I was going to say? It's totally slipped my mind right now. Oh, that's what it was. And do the ironing. I do ironing once a week so that we have nice like pressed clothes for Sunday, and any other outing. I make it like that's the only thing we ever get dressed up for. It's not. We do go out more than that, but it's like our consistent thing. On a Sunday, we go to church. And so there's that. There was something else I was going to tell you about. I can't remember what it was that I was going to say, but what I will say is that having a rhythm and a routine is really helpful. I have done like a loop schedule thing with cleaning before, where I have like an area of the home that I will deal with every day. And if we are away for one day or whatever, I don't worry about like missing that thing. I just do the next thing on the list. So you've heard of loop schedules in homeschooling. You can totally do the same thing with your cleaning. It works really well like that. And just having rhythms, having times in the day where you as a family work together to clean a space works really well. I don't really do meal prepping, but like I said, I do meal planning. So I don't know. Was this helpful? Let me know in the comments below. If you do have any more questions about this, let me know as well. I will do my very best to answer you. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.